My name is Victoria, and I am 28 years old. I was born in a small house in Mexico, a place where the walls were thin, the nights were quiet, and dreams often felt far away. My family did not have much money, but we had love, and my parents gave me everything they could. I was their only daughter, and from the time I was little, I carried their hopes on my shoulders. Every night before bed, my mother would kneel beside her old wooden bed and pray. She prayed for me to have a better future, to live a life free from the struggles she and my father endured. I used to lie awake listening to her soft whispers, promising silently that one day I would make her prayers come true. Growing up, I had one dream: to give my parents happiness. They worked so hard to feed me, to clothe me, and to make sure I could study even when we couldn't afford books. I told myself again and again that I would repay their sacrifices. I wanted them to have a better life, one where they could rest, smile, and feel proud of me. So, I worked. I worked harder than anyone I knew. I searched for jobs, stayed awake late at night, and looked for ways to earn money. I took any work I could, cleaning houses, helping at markets, sewing clothes for neighbors. Still, it was never enough. The dream of a brighter life for my parents kept pushing me forward, even when exhaustion pulled me down. One night, as I sat scrolling through my phone, tired and frustrated, a pop-up appeared. It said, "Find real love in America." At first, I laughed. It seemed silly, almost like a joke. But something inside me told me to click. That simple choice changed everything. Through that app, I met Jeremy, a man from New York. His first message was short but powerful: "I do not need a perfect girl. I want a real one." Those words touched me. I was just an ordinary girl, not perfect, but real. We started talking every day. His messages became the highlight of my evenings. Slowly, I began to trust him. Weeks passed, and then Jeremy asked me the question that made my heart race. "Victoria, will you come to America to live with me?" I was shocked. I stared at the screen, not knowing what to reply. Part of me was scared, but another part of me was excited. Could this be the chance I had been waiting for? Jeremy promised to marry me. He said he would take care of everything: my visa, my flight, my future. When I told my parents, their faces filled with worry. My father said firmly, "You do not know him well." My mother, tears in her eyes, asked, "What if he is lying? What if he hurts you?" I felt torn in two. I didn't want to hurt them, but I also didn't want to lose this chance to change my life. That night, I lay awake thinking, my heart full of fear and hope. In the end, I made a decision. While my parents were sleeping, I packed my bag quietly. I went to their room, kissed their hands, and whispered through tears, "Please forgive me. I love you. One day, I will make you proud." The next morning, I stayed at my best friend's house. Jeremy sent me a message: "I am at the airport. Where are you?" My hands trembled. My heart beat so fast I thought it might stop. I almost turned back. What if he wasn't real? What if this was a trap? Still, I forced myself to go. And there he was. Standing in the crowd, holding flowers, looking nervous. He smiled when he saw me and said, "Victoria, I came for you. Let's start a new life together." In that moment, all my fear faded. He looked real. He felt real. I took his hand, and just like that, my new life began. The first few weeks were beautiful. I cooked dinners, cleaned the apartment, and waited for him like a new bride. Every evening, he came home, kissed my forehead, and said, "I am home, my darling wife." I believed in love again. I thought I had made the right choice. I thought maybe one day, even my parents would understand. But happiness did not last. After 6 months, things began to change. Jeremy stopped talking to me like before. He came home late, his smile gone, his touch cold. The warmth we shared disappeared. When I asked if something was wrong, he snapped at me. "You're thinking too much, Victoria. Stop making it a big deal." His words cut deep. The man who once called me his queen now made me feel invisible. One morning, he said casually, "I have a business trip to Boston. I'll be gone for a few days." I nodded, helped him pack, and stayed quiet. But in my heart, I knew something was wrong. I just didn't want to face it. A few days later, I went to Jeremy's office to give him his wallet he had forgotten. But he wasn't there. On my way back, I passed a coffee shop. Through the window, I saw him. My heart stopped. He was sitting with another woman, holding her hand. They laughed together. Then, without shame, he kissed her. I froze. The world blurred around me. I couldn't move, couldn't cry, couldn't breathe. The man who had promised me love, who had brought me to another country, kissed another woman as if I never existed. That night, I confronted him. "Who is she?" I asked. He looked at me coldly and said, "She is the one I love, not you. You were just part of my immigration plan. You can stay for a few weeks, but after that, leave." My world collapsed. I went to my room and opened the drawer where I had kept the letter my mother gave me before I left. In it, she had written, "If one day your husband breaks your heart, come home. We will still be waiting." I cried until my eyes burned. I had no green card, no job, no family, no home. I was alone in a foreign land. But I refused to give up. I found a small shelter for women and stayed there. I asked myself 1,000 questions. Why did I leave my mother? Why did I trust him? Was it all my fault? But then I realized crying would not change anything. I had to survive. So I worked. I began making handbags and dresses by hand. I created an Instagram page called Victoria Designs. At first, no one noticed. But slowly, people started liking, commenting, and even ordering. 2 years later, I opened my own shop. One afternoon, as I arranged items in the store, I saw him again. Jeremy. He looked older, tired, broken. He said, "Victoria, I was wrong. She left me. I lost my business, I lost everything. Please, give me another chance." I looked at him and remembered every tear, every night of pain. He didn't just leave me, he destroyed me. I raised my voice and said, "This man is following me. He's making me feel unsafe." People gathered. Jeremy shouted, "She's lying. She's my wife." But I stood firm. He touched me without my permission. "I want to file a case." The police came. Jeremy cried, begged, and called my name. I looked at him one last time and said, "You hurt the girl who loved you. This is not revenge. This is justice." 2 weeks later, I finally received my green card. The first thing I did was book a flight to Mexico. As I stood at the door of my childhood home, my hands shook. I knocked. My mother's voice asked, "Who is it?" With tears streaming down my face, I said, "It's me, Victoria." The door opened, and my mother froze. Then she pulled me into her arms. "Victoria, my daughter," she whispered, crying. My father hugged me, and for the first time in years, I felt safe. "We thought we lost you," my mother said. "But God brought you back stronger." I told them everything, and I told them something else too. I have my own shop in the US. I made it. My father smiled, pride shining in his eyes. We are proud of you, he said. Soon after, I brought my parents to live with me in America. I gave them comfort, care, and love, just as they had given me. Months later, I got a call from the police. They had arrested Jeremy. He had used not only me, but many other women. When I saw him at the station, he begged, "Victoria, help me." I looked at him calmly and said, "Jeremy, I could destroy you. But I won't. I forgive you. And I never want to see you again." I walked away feeling lighter. No anger, no pain, only peace. Never trust blindly. Never leave your parents for a stranger. Parents are not your enemies. They are the only ones who truly want the best for you. If you liked this story, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.